Hello, I am the very real Emu Otori. This is me, by the way. I'm gonna be playing the first hour of Hollow Knight that I got to play. Yeah, game is made by Team Cherry. They're very awesome sauce people. Alright, let's just get into the intro. Just cut to the. Alright, so for most of the recording, there's not gonna be any audio for gameplay because I forgot to turn off the music. But in the meantime, while there's no audio, it's just gonna be me talking about the systems of the game, like health, for example, for mostly just the people who don't know how to play the game. Yeah. There's really no strategy for this boss. All you gotta do is avoid him whenever he jumps around and attack him as much as you can to knock him down and attack the head. But the only attack that could be concerning for, I guess, new players is the long windup attack. But you really shouldn't be scared of it because it's a long windup and the it has a really small shockwave that you can jump over. That's pretty much it for the boss. Just knock him down a couple times, attack the head, and then he'll break the floor and go down, and you can defeat him there. Alright, so this is, I guess, another attack, but it's, again, nothing to really worry about. Just dodge the falling rocks or hit the rocks towards the boss to do a little bit of damage. Now, with the power of editing and uh, me being Emu Utori, I'll beat the boss in a singular hit right now. Alright, so now that you've beaten the first boss of the game, you're going to want to go to the left room and then go up where you'll find this little shack. And in there, you'll get your first spell called the Vengeful Spirit. And this is just a long range attack that isn't really that helpful except for a couple of enemies, like the one that you'll find in the shack. But other than that, it's helpful for just a couple bosses when they're moving. I'd like to apologize to the little knight that I'm playing as I have just done great harm towards it. I jumped directly into the acid not once, but twice and have killed it. Alright, so coming up to one of the most um, important parts in the game. The guy who, uh, uh, I don't know, he just like eats people for fun. Alright, so after that, you come up to this little mini boss that's actually optional, but it affects the story later on, I guess. But it just has like two attacks. One, it summons little venge flies, and the second, it just flies towards you. So just whenever it flies towards you, bounce off of it with your nail, your sword thing. And I guess you could use Vengeful Spirit, but a lot of times it doesn't just really work. We're coming up on one of the hardest bosses for a beginner Hollow Knight player, probably, called Hornet. She's the first version, technically called the Hornet Protector. Um, she has a bunch of attacks. Actually, not a bunch, but like three. She can be staggered, which leaves time for healing using Soul. Very basic system, actually. She, or you could attack her during that time. For her first attack, she throws her needle towards you and brings it back to her. So you can jump and either hit off the needle or just jump past the needle and hit her. And then you also have to jump back up so that you don't get hit with the needle coming back. And her second attack, she jumps up in the air and does like a AoE attack where she just slices all around. You can't really attack her unless you use Vengeful Spirit. Around for the entire fight, she just normally jumps around, so you have to be pretty cautionary. Another attack she does is when she jumps up and she decides to lunge at you with her nail. Just move out of the way. It's really not that hard to dodge. Then you can hit her after that. Um, and then at last attack, she'll just lunge at you on the ground. You just have to jump over her, hit her while she's lunging at you or after she's done. Most of the time, you can find openings to attack her, but even still, it can be kind of hard, especially if you're beginning out and you really don't know what to do. So, yeah, but at least at the end of the fight, you get a dash ability, which is really helpful in the game for parkour and other aspects. All right, so after that, you just want to like go to Coral. He's the best character in the game. He doesn't do anything. Well, actually, he does do something, but he's just like the best character because he's cool. Coral's
Man,
just so cool.
man, I just got here.
I got
just
just
got
so
here.
cool. I mean,
Who
like,
are
shit,
you?
dude,
What are you
I
doing
started
in my
going
house?
out to the party.
Why are
I'm
you
just
here?
scared.
I don't know.
How
What
did
to
you
do.
even
What-
get in
I mean,
here?
like, I mean,
Yo,
I
like,
got candy
you
though.
really want me to
Yo,
leave?
you
Okay,
you guys
cool.
want some
with you?
candy?
People
I got
just
candy.
coming
into my house.
He's
want
wanting
a drink.
I'm
about to drink to
the
party.
Okay, so now that I got those people out of my house, basically after that you just like go around the map. I would suggest going around defeating the Gruz Mother. Really easy. She just bounces around and then releases a bunch of little Gruz flies. Defeat them. It's not that hard of a boss. Just hit the boss. That's basically it. Kind of like the False Knight, but it bounces around a lot more. After that, I'm gonna go to Fungal Wastes, which is pretty much far left in the area that you got to the False Knight, which was the first boss, supposedly. After you get into the Fungal Waste, you want to go down and keep going down until you pretty much just get to the Mantis. I can't remember what it's called. It's just like the Mantis place. I'm going to just call it the Mantis place. But you get there and you go through that and you get the Mantis Claw, which actually helps you with parkour because it allows you to bounce off walls and stuff. Though uh, I feel impending doom, so I might have to make another apology for the death that I caused. Brings me great pain to say that I fell into the acid again because I was too careless and because there was a mantis to my side, like trying to attack me. This is the second time. All right, so there are a bunch of main systems in the game, but I guess for the main ones I'm going to cover are health, soul, healing, or that goes into health, so attacking, so spells and your nail, and charms. So for soul and healing, um, and health, soul, it takes 1/3 of your maximum soul meter to replenish one mask, which is like your HP in the game, and you get soul by attacking enemies. You can increase soul by getting soul shards from around the map, and then there's another type of health, uh, which is like a blue mask that you get from breaking the orbs that spawn around the map, and then killing the little insects that are like blue wet insect. And then for attacking, you have your nail, which can be upgraded by getting pale orbs, which are found around the entirety of Hallownest, which is where the game takes place. And it takes 9 pale orbs to get your max nail, which does 21 damage. And the spells, they also take 1/3 of the maximum soul meter to attack or to use the spells. And there are 3 different types of spells and 3 different upgrades. There's an up spell, a down spell, and then a horizontal spell, which is the Vengeful Spirit or the upgrade of Vengeful Spirit. The down spell gives invincibility frames, which is pretty overpowered, and the up spell can do a lot of damage if you hit the target with every single hit. Charms are used to basically, they're just used to amplify everything like health, or they can just give you special abilities entirely. And there's also charm combinations. But that's pretty much about the main systems of the game. I'm not sure if I missed anything, but I don't know. I can't quite remember it fully, but there's a lot of parts to the systems, and I don't even know what to call it actually. For this fight, I'm gonna let you guys just watch, because I'll give the rundown on the next time I do the fight, because you'll see. I regret to inform everyone that I've died for the 3rd time to an obstacle on the arena. Not even the boss, just the arena. The spikes on the side of the map. Like 3 times in a row in a single video. That is insane work. Okay, so this is going to be the last of the bosses that I do in this playthrough, but so the rundown of this boss is that it starts out with one of the mantises, and the single mantis is kind of easy to deal with because it's just one. It does a dashing attack and then a ground pound type of attack. So the dashing attack, you can just jump over and hit the mantis while it's going past you. The ground pound attack, just move out the way and then hit it when it's standing still. And then the other attack is when it goes up on a wall and shoots like a disc boomerang type thing, and it goes around the arena. You don't really hit the mantis at this part unless you really want to and you think you can safely hit it. But for that attack, just don't try and hit it. Just try and avoid the boomerang. But after you defeat that first mantis, then both of the mantises will get up and start attacking you simultaneously. There will be a chance that both of them do a dashing attack. You just have to jump up at the middle of the arena and hit both of them, or just jump up and try and avoid them. And then they will dash and ground pound. So they will dash, so you have to hit them while they're dashing, and then move out the way when one of them is going down, and then hit that one. And then they both can do a dual boomerang type attack. For that one, again, just try and avoid it. It's not that hard. You can bounce off of the boomerangs if you want. And after you do that, then you can defeat one of the mantises, and it becomes really easy after that. You just have to defeat the second one, which most likely will be at very low HP. Okay, that's about it from the real, not fake Emuatori. Um, I'm probably gonna make another video just going through more of the story and showing more of the aspects of the game, like spells and upgrades for the nail. But yeah, that's about it. Just hope to see you in the next one.